What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy, and I'm back with another episode of Beyond the Spear. And this episode is dedicated to the best daytime UFO sightings that have happened in the past few months over the year 2020. And let me tell you, these videos are just about as crystal clear as you can get with one of those crappy cell phone cameras and filming a UFO in the middle of the day. Everyone is always saying, why are UFOs videos so blurry all the time and look so crappy all the time? Well, it's because cell phone video is always going to suck. Image quality is always going to suck because cell phone cameras are not made for that type of light to be picked up in the lens. It's just not that. If you take a good example of this is to try to film the moon with your cell phone camera. You can look at the moon and you can see every crater and every little detail, but when you try to film it with your cell phone camera, guess what? It just turns into a white blob of shit. Alright, let's just jump right into the first video. We got plenty more to come. We got a lot of exciting footage to show you all. So let's jump right into this one. And I'm going to let it roll and I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about it. This video was filmed by James Vine. He's a truck driver, and he saw this object just south of Casa Grande, Arizona, and he decided to film it. He said that when he went to film it, that he actually was holding his camera very steady, but the picture on the camera was jumping around and going in and out of focus. He said he could feel electricity in the air as he was watching it. So this is a crazy piece of footage, and that's definitely a large object, you know, just judging by how far away it is, hovering over the mountains in the background. That object has to be very, very large. It's definitely not a blimp. A blimp would not be that big, and you can see it kind of hovering back and forth in a strange motion. It's something blimps definitely don't do. So whatever this is, definitely unidentified, and it's a really good capture. I want to get your guys' comments below. Let me know if you have saw anything like this in there, you know, maybe even around Arizona. Yeah, let me hear what you guys got to say about this. Moving on, here's another daytime sighting, very similar shape. This is in Tijuana, Mexico, and wow, this is another amazing daytime UFO. Like I said, guys, these daytime UFOs are becoming more and more prevalent. Like, these things are everywhere, and people are filming them, you know, it's just like the powers that be pretend like this doesn't exist, even though the footage is right there. You know, this is not fake. This is not a hoax. You can tell that this is a legitimate piece of footage. Here we zoom in on it, on the object. It's definitely cylindrical disc shape, you know, reflecting light. So it's some kind of metallic, you know, object that's just hovering in the sky with no means of propulsion, no wings. Definitely some type of anti-gravity technology involved with this. So another great daytime UFO sighting right there. This next video is another amazing daytime UFO capture. This was in Ventura, California. And guys, all of these sightings are just within weeks of each other, and I mean they look exactly alike. These craft are either all over the planet or moving from one place to another. It may even be the same craft that all these different people are capturing. Yeah, this is a great capture. The young man was talking about how they could see it barely off the coast. It was just hovering there in the sky, and it was a fairly windy day. You can see the white caps on the surf, so it definitely wasn't any kind of blimp. I don't even think blimps typically hover over the ocean. The high winds, and it would just be very unstable. It's for a blimp to be hovering over the ocean, and especially out way out there where there's nowhere to land. If they needed to land, I don't think that's even something that they do. So this definitely doesn't look like it could be a blimp. It's just large. It's very large. I mean, I can't even estimate how big this is. It could be, thousands of feet long, depending on how far out in the water this thing is. So definitely interesting. It doesn't, they said that they tried to film it for as long as they could. They said it was there for hours. They said that it actually was there when they decided that they were going to leave the beach. So it no telling how long it hovered there in one spot. And that's definitely nothing that we can do. So take it for what you will. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you all think that it is. Is it a mirage? Is it maybe something reflecting off the water? Is it a strange cloud that looks like a solid object? Could be all those things. It could be none of those things. Let me know. This next video is gonna blow your mind, so I'm just gonna let it roll for a bit. Take a look at this. Yeah, so this craft is another broad daylight UFO disc-shaped object hovering in the sky, just like all the others. It's a lot smaller of a craft, but nonetheless, it's just a crazy video. And this was captured in an area called 𝘁𝗵𝗄, I believe. And this video comes packaged with an image that they also took of the craft. And word of advice, if you ever do see a UFO and you want to get good documentation of it, always take pictures, because pictures are going to show up 1,000 times better than any type of video that you can get on your cell phone. Images are always going to bring out tons and tons of more detail. You're going to be able to zoom in a lot farther and see a lot more detail in the craft, and I'm going to prove that to you here in just a short bit. So here's a still image taken of the same craft, and look at this. Look at this resolution of this image. Look how we can zoom in and see everything about this craft. Isn't this amazing? This is like such a good picture of that UFO. It's holy grail picture of a UFO. Man, I don't even know what to say. This is just like my mind just is, my wheels just turn, is looking at this, wondering who made it, who's inside, who's flying it, why are they hovering above the ground there, who are they just staring at people, are they observing? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Is it a real UFO? Is it a drone dressed up to look like a UFO? Is it some kind of balloon? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just presenting the evidence. Moving on, and if you thought the last few videos of daytime UFOs were insane, this one's even crazier. So this was filmed in Panama City by multiple people, multiple angles, and multiple witnesses saw this craft. Hard to explain what's going on here, guys. Like, this is just 2020, with everything that's been happening, and now UFOs are showing up in the middle of the day, just hovering around people as if it's no big deal, with multiple people filming them. This thing is landing. It landed somewhere or went behind the trees. I don't know what it could be. You would think, well, this is maybe CGI or a balloon, and I would too, until I learned that this was actually saw by more than one person and actually filmed by more than one person from a different angle, and so that's definitely not a hoax. I was thinking, well, maybe this is some kind of hoax, because it just looks too good to be true, too real to be true. And and you might think that it's a balloon as well. Well, with this footage right here, the second angle that was filmed of this while it was way up in the air, it's definitely not a balloon, because it's actually has some kind of smoke or gas or something, or exhaust actually coming out of the craft. You can see some type of plume coming out of the actual object in the sky. So I don't know any balloons that do that, and wow, I don't know what to say. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think this might be, but I don't know what it couldn't be, or what it couldn't be anything that I could explain. So yeah, UFOs daytime, they're just not even hiding anymore, it seems. Last but not least, some of the clearest daytime photos of a UFO ever released. And that is actually coming from a person that studies images for a living. And they said that these images are 100% authentic. And, the images may be authentic. So what he's saying is the object in the images is actually there. Now, if that object is a legitimate spacecraft from outer space, I don't know. It could be a hoax. They could be some kind of drone dressed up to look like a UFO. The story goes that these images were taken in Poland, and he said that it made a strange rustling sound as it rubbed against the trees, and he was afraid, but he was able to get a few pictures off, and he said that he actually had a bit of missing time, or after he took the photos, that he had a little bit of a blank memory, so he's a little bit nervous that, as stories go in ufology, when someone has an extreme close encounter with these objects, a lot of times they end up having missing time that they can't account for, and strange things tend to happen in between those missing moments when they go into hypnotherapy, and and they regress those memories. And so yeah, these photos have been authenticated as legitimate. They are, and the craft is definitely solid, definitely metal looking. It's actually reflecting sunlight. If it's a hoax, it's a really good hoax. But let me know in the comments what you guys think this is. And it's just something that I wanted to share with all of you, and I hope you enjoy all these daytime UFO sightings, and I guarantee you they're not going to stop anytime soon. We're getting crazier and crazier stuff to show. Crazier and crazier footage is hitting the web every day. So I want you all to make sure you stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, share it with your friends, and so that they can know that we are not alone in this world, even though the powers that be want us to believe that we are. It's definitely not the truth. So stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. And keep looking beyond the sphere.